Good morning and welcome, everyone. I'm Michael Hughes, Deputy Aviation Director over the Contracts and Services Division in the Aviation Department. You will see me throughout the day as a session speaker, but I'll also be helping to introduce some of our excellent presentations we have planned for you. I want to thank you for joining us today for our 2022 Aviation Business Summit. I'm very pleased to see such a fantastic turnout today. This is the fourth business summit the Aviation Department has sponsored and the second done in a virtual format. Despite the ongoing pandemic, the City of Phoenix and the Aviation Department are committed to providing contracting opportunities to business through engagement and outreach. As you will hear today, there are many opportunities to do business with our three airports: Phoenix Sky Harbor, Phoenix Deer Valley, and Phoenix Goodyear. Today, you'll learn about the Aviation Department procurement plan. You'll also hear about some of our upcoming business opportunities. You'll get an in-depth look at our procurement processes and tips on how to successfully submit a proposal. You'll also learn about our security badging process, as well as different types of small business certifications. So please make sure by the time you leave today, your questions are answered and you fully understand how to navigate our city processes. Today, we are honored to have four very important city and airport leaders joining us to welcome you. First, it's my privilege to introduce the mayor of the fifth largest city in the country, the Honorable Kate Gallego.
Thank you so much, Michael. Welcome to our Aviation Business Summit. It is a pleasure to be with you. Sky Harbor is our economic engine, and I hope that it will be an economic engine for you and your business as well. It comes at such an exciting time for the city of Phoenix and for our airport. Phoenix is the city that has added more people than any other in the country, and there's huge demand for services at Sky Harbor. We have a great team led by Michael, Chad, Mario, and some of the other speakers you'll see today, with wonderful assistance from our Phoenix Aviation Advisory Board led by Chairwoman Cherney. And they have really helped work with the City Council to put together an ambitious capital expansion program. We are growing Sky Harbor and improving the way it serves the community. We have the added benefit of the Infrastructure and Jobs Act, which will give us additional funding and I hope accelerate the investments we know we need to make at Sky Harbor. We're also continuing to work to make sure it has local flavor. I get great feedback when people are able to land at Sky Harbor and already enjoy some of the businesses that make our city so special. So we hope to continue that. We are going to have a very busy year at Sky Harbor, capped off with a Super Bowl. That'll be a wonderful opportunity for us to showcase the airport as well as our community. You all can help us be the gateway to Phoenix and really tell the story of our city. As mayor, I want to make sure that the national community knows all of the great things that are happening in Phoenix, whether it be engineering excellence, a commitment to sustainability, or amazing local businesses. The Super Bowl will be a time period where there'll be a lot of chances to talk about diversity and support for small businesses and showcase what we're doing, and hopefully we can take that to the next level as well during this very exciting time. I hope that you'll get the tools necessary to navigate working with the airport and understand our security environment, some of the plans for the future, and just get your questions answered, whether you're retail concessions, professional services, or any number of the diverse businesses that help us build Sky Harbor. It truly is a very diverse business partnership. One example is working with, that was very interesting over the last few years, was working to move a mural by Paul Coase from Terminal 2 to the rental car facility. So we had to work with experts in art installation and preservation, as well as in engineering. And if you haven't been to the rental car terminal, it really is worth seeing the Phoenix mural that is there. It's one of our first collaborative art projects with our citizens, where the citizens helped create the mural. And a very impressive engineering project as well to move that. So that's just one example of the amazing diversity of business opportunities at Sky Harbor Airport. And we hope that you can help us make it a very unique airport, but one that's leading in the nation. I want to thank all of you who've given us the time and who are helping make our business community stronger. The airport is coming back with great momentum, and they have partners throughout our city, including our Equal Opportunity Department, that will help make sure all of the businesses in our community can understand how to do business. We also have opportunities to help you with hiring, including people who live near the airport and who are part of that local picture. Sky Harbor wants to be a great partner to our city, our region, and the local neighborhoods, and I hope that you can help us do that. Thank you so much for joining us today and wishing you a great Aviation Business Summit.
Thank you, Mayor Gallego. We greatly appreciate all that you've done to make Phoenix a great place to live and a great place to work. And we also want to thank you again for your continued support of our airports. Now I'd like to introduce the chair of our Phoenix Aviation Advisory Board, Stephanie Cherney.
Thanks so much, Michael, and I am very happy to be here today as well. I echo Mayor Gallego's comments. As chair of the Phoenix Aviation Advisory Board, I get to see firsthand all the exciting plans and the projects that the Phoenix Aviation Department has underway. And, you know, the economic progress and opportunity that's created by the airport, it's really impressive to witness and exciting to witness. I've been on the board almost 10 years now, which is hard to sort of look back and see, but I've seen this very significant efforts that our staff has made to improve the contracting progress and the process to conduct more outreach with our business community. The goal here is to remove barriers and make procurement information more accessible and easier to navigate. When items come through the board for award, the first question almost any one of my fellow board members asks is whether there were multiple bidders on a project. This shows us that there's a range of competitive and qualified bidders interested in opportunities at the airport, and the diversity and talent makes us better as an organization and also better in service to our passengers. We welcome feedback from you, the community and the business partners, on how we can improve and what challenges you're experiencing. Whether you're in construction, retail, food and beverage, or you offer professional service, there are contracting opportunities for you at our 3 airports. I really hope that when you leave here today, you've made some key contacts and you understand how this process works. Thank you again for taking the time today to explore opportunities to help make all 3 of our Phoenix-owned airports even more successful.
Thank you, Chairwoman Cherney, and thank you for your guidance and your insight into how the airport can have a positive impact on the community. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Phoenix Deputy City Manager, Mario Peniagua.
Thank you so much, Michael. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. I'm really pleased to be here as well with all of you to this great event. My understanding is we've got a great turnout of close to 450 or more attendees, and really excited about the opportunity for all of you to get some additional opportunities to learn, to connect, and just see more of what is going on at the airport. As Deputy City Manager over the Aviation Department, I work with Chad Makovsky and his team pretty much day in and day out, and I really get to see and experience the great work that the Aviation Department does in serving our passengers and our customers. And just want to say none of this would be possible without the great work of our business partners that we have in all of you. We all know that this pandemic has been a real challenging time for everyone, but in spite of this setback, we've been able to maintain our service levels and even make improvements to our airport. Safety has been a very big priority for our airport, making sure that we've got a safe environment for our passengers and all of our business partners. One example of this is that our airports have been recognized in the Global Biorisk Advisory Council STAR Facility Accreditation Program. It's a really high level of achievement in the industry and reflects our consistent cleaning, disinfecting protocols that minimize the risk of infectious disease spread. But despite the global pandemic, the airport is continuing to do business outreach, as shown by this event today. This is our 4th Aviation Business Summit, and we continue to provide information and connections for the business community. Executives, as you've seen, and managers from all three of our Phoenix airports are here today, and I encourage all of you to network, make those connections, message other attendees, visit the booths, and ask all the questions that you have during the sessions. Make sure that you get all that information that you're looking for, and that's going to help you. So with that, I just want to thank you all again, and enjoy your day.
Thank you, Mario, and thank you for your continued leadership and support of our airport system. Next, we're fortunate today to have the Director of Aviation Services, Chad McCoskey. He's going to present to you his airport update.
Thank you, Michael. It's great to be with you all today. I'm going to bring up a short slide presentation to share with you all. And again, I want to really thank Mayor Gallego, Phoenix Aviation Advisory Board Chair Stephanie Cherney, and Deputy City Manager Mario Paniagua for joining us today. You know, being here to kick off this important event was very important to them, and we would not be successful at all at Sky Harbor and at our three airports without their leadership and guidance. So thank you all for joining us. But I really wanted to say thank you, and thank you, all of you who have joined us. Record attendance today in registrations with over 430 registered as of this morning. You know, you are our prospective business partners, and I want to thank you for investing your valuable time with us. You know, I often say our system of airports are so much bigger than any one of us, and our collective success is dependent on engaging the best and brightest minds to help us transform the services we provide to our customers. You know, the last couple of years have been extraordinarily difficult for all of us, but as you see with our collaborative efforts, we've been able to accomplish a lot together. Thank you to all of our primes. Thank you to all of our subcontractors, professional consultants, vendors, all of you who have helped to build and improve our airports and enhance services to our passengers and stakeholders. You know, this work allows our airports to serve as the gateway and frankly, be the point of pride for the community. Although we contract most often with our prime partners, I also wanted to recognize our small business partners. You know, the work that you all do at our airport is vital. And in fact, I have some really remarkable statistics to share with you about the work that was done in just this last year. In 2021, and mind you, this is in the middle of a pandemic, we had a total of $25.1 million that were awarded to SBE, DBE firms through the 143 subcontracting opportunities in support of aviation design and construction projects throughout our airport system. And for our terminal concessions programs in federal fiscal year 21, almost $60 million was spent with ACDB partners, which reflects almost 1/3 of the total spend on goods and services in our airport terminals. And at our rental car center, we had a total of ACDBE spend of nearly $3.5 million as you all work to provide goods and services to help support our prime rental car partners. This data reinforces the value of setting goals for contracting with small business firms, and rest assured, we will continue to make these investments a priority as we move forward. So for those of you that are new or are joining us for the first time, I wanted to provide you with a brief overview of the City of Phoenix Aviation Department. So the City of Phoenix owns and operates 3 airports in the metropolitan area, consisting of Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, our primary commercial service airport, and 2 general aviation reliever airports, Phoenix Deer Valley in North Phoenix and Phoenix Goodyear Airport in the West Valley. All 3 airports are operated as self-supporting business enterprises. And what this means is that all money made at the airport is invested right back into the airports to provide for the operations, maintenance, related services, and infrastructure to support each of our airports' growth. From a financial perspective, think of our airports as self-contained ecosystems where none of our airports receive local tax dollars to operate. I'd like to virtually acquaint you with our aviation executive team, and let me tell you, I know all 3 of us would love to be in front of you in person. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, we're just not able to do so. However, Sarah Demery serves as our Assistant Aviation Director over Operations, where she provides leadership and guidance to our operations teams, public safety and security, facilities and services, air service development, and our general aviation divisions. Jay DeWitt serves as Acting Assistant Aviation Director over our Revenue Management and Development teams, where he's responsible for leading business and properties, contracts and services, planning, design and construction services, and the financial management divisions. I'm really grateful to both Jay and Sarah for providing exceptional leadership to our aviation team. And as you may remember, we did have 2 executive retirements this year. I know many of you may know or have previously worked with Charlene Reynolds and Brad Holm. I'm so proud of the work that they did over the years as we weathered the pandemic. And I'm so grateful to them and really wish them well in their retirement. And my goal over the next several months will be to permanently fill both of those positions to bring our full leadership complement back in order. So a little bit about work that's going on right now. We're really excited about a new 8th concourse at Sky Harbor Airport Terminal 4. This new 8-gate concourse adds over 130,000 square feet of facilities that will be utilized by Southwest Airlines, and the $310 million project will feature a number of modern and sustainable customer amenities. New amenities will include sustainable dynamic tinted windows, exciting new shops, restaurants, and a common use lounge, the first one on the south side of Terminal 4. We also have a new connector bridge between Terminal A, the A gates, and the D gates, meaning that travelers are now easily able to transition between the north and south sides of the terminal at the west end without needing to exit and re-enter security. So it's a great new resource for our customers. You're going to be hearing a whole lot more about new food and beverage offerings as well as retail options after these proposals go to Phoenix City Council next month. And we'll soon be putting out a solicitation for Phase 2 concessions packages for that concourse. So please keep your eyes out on that if you're interested in this business opportunity. Let me tell you, we cannot wait later this summer to bring this new wonderful amenity to our customers. And then a little bit later this year, we'll be opening up Stage 2 of the Phoenix SkyTrain. And as you see on the map here, we're adding 2.5 miles of guideway between Terminal 3. We're adding a new 24th Street West Economy parking lot, and then that will continue on to the rental car center. The activation of Stage 2 will completely transform how customers interact with our airport, and travelers will be able to connect seamlessly and efficiently at approximately 3-minute intervals between our terminals and the rental car center, dramatically reducing traffic on our outer curbs and on Sky Harbor Boulevard. On this slide, the photo on the left is of our brand new 24th Street station, which will open and provide additional parking for those coming to the airport from the west side of town. This will have the effect of further reducing traffic on Sky Harbor Boulevard, one of our most valuable assets at the airport. And the photo on the right is of our iconic rental car center station, which will be the west terminus for our SkyTrain system. So it's no secret that COVID-19 pandemic has had a really significant impact on our industry and our way of life. And all things considered, we have seen many positive signs over the last year demonstrating how resilient our industry truly is. The chart I'm about to show you depicts our monthly employments at Sky Harbor along with various recovery scenarios that we have modeled and based on the potential impact that the pandemic might have on our facility. So this first line represents really kind of the heartbeat of the airport. This is passenger employments on a monthly basis. This line represents 2019 data, which was our busiest year on record at Sky Harbor. And what we did is we just replicated that line over the coming forecast years to give you a sense. It's no surprise that March is the busiest month of the year, and then we have a little bit of a slowdown in the summer season. This next line represents the medium impact scenario that we modeled with our financial consultants. And what this shows is really a pretty quick recovery, a recovery that would happen within roughly 18 months of the pandemic onset. This next line represents a 2-year recovery. And then this final line represents what might happen in a worst case scenario, which we anticipated would be a 4-year recovery to get back to normal levels. Well, I'm really excited about the line I'm about to show you, which shows our actual data. And what it shows is we didn't quite make the medium forecast, but we didn't expect to. What I would tell you, though, is we've recovered far more quickly than most other airports in the nation. And as you can see, coming up on the end of the year, we're right at pre-pandemic levels, 2019 levels. We have seen a little bit of a slowdown over the last couple months related to the Omicron variant with the pandemic, but as that wanes, we expect to see recovery in the coming summer months. And frankly, I expect by the end of 2022, we'll actually exceed 2019 traffic levels. Given these positive signs, it's time for us to really look to the future. And the Comprehensive Asset Management Plan, or CAMP, as we call it, was adopted in 2019 after an extensive stakeholder outreach process. The process resulted in a 20-year plan for Sky Harbor Airport and a nearly $6 billion capital improvement program. While I returned to the city last spring, I really asked the team to review and update this plan. It was, again, finished in 2019, but with the pandemic, we really wanted to ensure that the forecasts were valid and the investments were still sound. What we found is the CAMP program will not materially change. However, we have slightly altered our focus in terms of near-term projects. And here you see a number of new projects, including a new west crossover taxiway, which is depicted in purple on the map, on the west side of the airport, connecting our north airfield to our south airfield. This will dramatically increase the safety and efficiency of our airport ground network system for our aircraft and our airlines. The taxiway, as you see towards the bottom there on the graph, will actually cross into our existing west cargo space. So we're going to need to transition the airlines that operate in that west cargo space further to the east, which is depicted in green. And that's going to actually go closer to the old Terminal 1 and Terminal 2 footprint. We will then adjust and realign Sky Harbor Boulevard to the west of Terminal 3 to relieve congestion and increase safety. And we'll construct a new north concourse at Terminal 3, depicted in red, to facilitate a continued airline growth that will serve our community. And along with that concourse, we hope to build a connector bridge that will actually connect Terminals 3 and 4 post-security, and that's depicted in orange, to provide very efficient access between Terminal 3 and Terminal 4 without having to exit security, take the SkyTrain to the other terminal, and then go back through security again. And we're really excited to revive a goal to develop Sky Harbor's first premium hotel, which is depicted in blue. This time what we're looking at is the terminal core adjacent to and connected to Terminal 4. And finally, near the bottom of this graphic, you're going to see plans to lengthen our center runway, so it will be the same length as our longest north runway. This will ensure our 3 runways are optimally configured to support long-haul domestic and international traffic during peak summer conditions. All of these plans are subject to City Council approval, and we look forward to bringing them to the City Council for review and discussion in the coming months. And so as you can see here, we have a lot of work cut out for us. However, we're really excited about the recent passing of the bipartisan infrastructure law, which really sets the stage for Sky Harbor to move forward with the crossover taxiway, pending the FAA environmental approval. And we also believe our proposed north concourse at Terminal 3 will be extremely competitive for the $5 billion in competitive grant funding the FAA is making available as a result of this law. So we're really grateful for the direct impact that this funding will have for our community and our airports. I'd also like to mention we have a lot going on at our 2 general aviation airports. And as you may know, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation is making a huge investment in the North Valley. And we're starting to see a lot of related supply chain prospecting and development in the areas surrounding Deer Valley Airport. Deer Valley Airport lies within Council District 1, and I'm really excited about Councilwoman O'Brien's vision for the airport. We will soon we'll soon be activating a new terminal restaurant at Deer Valley Airport. As you know, it's been vacant since the beginning of the pandemic. It's one of the most requested items I get from that community is to bring that restaurant back and open it up at the Deer Valley Airport terminal. And we've recently acquired a broker who's going to help us to market and develop the land up there at the airport. We also expect to issue a solicitation for a consultant to help us develop a new master plan in the coming year. And at Goodyear Airport, it's also quickly growing as well. And just about a month ago, we helped United Airlines celebrate a significant milestone where they invested in the development of the United Aviate Academy at the airport. That is breathing new life into that campus, and I think it's going to be a great positive impact, not only for the airport, but for the community. These airports play an important role in our aviation ecosystem, and I'm really proud of the work our team is doing to support their growth. And I'd like to close by briefly highlighting our sustainability initiatives. You know, sustainability is very important to me, and I'm so happy to see that it's so important to our team. Guided by our mayor and city council, it's really going to be a focal point for Sky Harbor Airport and our City of Phoenix system of airports going forward. Mayor Gallego already mentioned a few of our highlights, but I'm pleased about the ambitious goal we have set, where ultimately we're developing a net zero carbon roadmap that will aim to move our campus to net zero emissions nearly a decade ahead of the United Nations goal of 2050. And since 2015, we've made huge strides in advancing our sustainability efforts. Some of the examples include our Xeriscaping program along Sky Harbor Boulevard. That program alone saves us more than 5 million gallons of water and over $500,000 annually in operating expenses. And because of our concentrated efforts on energy conservation, we've been able to reduce electricity use by over 17%, and greenhouse gas emissions have been reduced by 25%. We're focusing on solar power by adding solar panels at our aviation headquarters building. And this, in addition to the panels that are already in place at the rental car center and the East Economy parking lot, bring our total renewable power generation at Sky Harbor Airport to more than 6 megawatts. And I look forward to significantly increasing that over the coming years. We've also increased waste diversion rates to over 40% and have implemented innovative waste reduction strategies such as asphalt and concrete recycling into new pavements. We recognize many of these accomplishments would not be possible without the support of our business partners, who have not only worked hard to support our many sustainability initiatives, but also prioritize sustainability within your own lines of business. We know that many of you have adopted your own sustainability plans or practices, and some of you have expressed interest in partnering with the airport on future sustainability efforts. We will take you up on that. And so looking at 2022 and beyond, we're excited for what lies ahead and in partnering with our community and business partners in new ways to reach our shared goals in the field of sustainability. So I hope this gives you an overview and a snapshot of all the exciting work that lies ahead. And I want to thank each of you again for attending this year's Aviation Business Summit. Regardless of the size of your company, I'm confident that you'll find that your time with us today will be worthwhile. And I appreciate your interest in learning more about the businesses and doing business with the City of Phoenix Aviation Department. And I hope to work with you soon. Thank you all so much for joining today, and have a great rest of your conference.
Thank you, Chad. You've covered some great information, really critical to where the airport is going and that connection with our community and partnering with all of you. So it's always exciting to hear about these different projects and initiatives happening at our airports. And before we get into the rest of our planned day, I'd like to introduce Sarah Morato, our Small Business Engagement Manager, who has led the coordination of this year's event and will also be assisting me throughout the day. Sarah.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you all for tuning in today. I'm somewhat new to this role, but I've already had the opportunity to meet with several of our community and business partners, and I'm looking forward to connecting with many more of you. I'm here as a resource for all of you, so even after the summit is over, feel free to reach out to me with any questions that you have. Before we get started, I want to give you a few quick tips that may help you navigate this year's virtual summit. Make sure to explore all the different areas of this platform. Click through the many tabs, connect with your fellow attendees. There are some great features here which will help enhance your virtual experience. You can access the sessions by clicking on the Agenda tab and selecting the session you want to tune into at the time it is scheduled. Most sessions will have a Q&A section at the end, so be sure to drop your questions in the chat box. An exciting feature of this platform is the virtual exhibitor area, where you can visit with almost 30 different exhibitors ranging from aviation divisions, other City of Phoenix departments, and community and business partners. At each booth, you can access some great information and also chat with a virtual booth representative. Representatives will be online until 2 p.m. today. We hope next year to be able to see you all in person, but we're sure you'll get a lot out of this virtual summit this year. Our goal is to equip you with the resources you need to understand how to do business with our 3 airports. If any of your questions are left unanswered after the summit, make sure to follow up with us. Again, thank you for joining us today. Please be sure to attend the next session presented by Michael regarding aviation's procurement plan starting at 9:30. Thank you and enjoy the summit.